on this episode of This Old Gun.
The iconic Winchester Model 94, what might be the most recognizable rifle of all time. The Model 94, or was originally known as the Model 1894, is a John Browning design, introduced in 1894, and was the first commercial rifle made for smokeless powder. It was originally chambered into black powder cartridges 3240 and 3855, but in 1895, the 94 was chambered in a cartridge that made it famous, the 30 WCF, or more commonly known as the 3030 Winchester. With over 7.5 million of these rifles made since its introduction, it has been chambered in multiple other calibers over the years, including several pistol calibers. Serial number 1 million was given to President Calvin Coolidge in 1927. Then in 1948, serial number 1.5 million was given to President Truman. And in 1953, serial number 2 million was given to President Eisenhower. When most people think of the Model 94, they picture the carbine, most commonly with a 20-inch barrel. Although at times it was also offered in other barrel lengths, including 18, 16, and 14-inch versions. Thanks to the NFA for killing that one. The 94 was also made in a rifle version with a 26-inch barrel, and that was offered in a takedown version also. From 1964 to 1980, Sears sold Model 94s, rebranded as a Ted Williams 100. Ted Williams was a professional baseball player for the Boston Red Sox and a World War II and Korean War veteran. The Model 94 saw limited service in both World Wars and has been used in many television shows and movies. Some of the more famous ones include True Grit, where Ned Pepper used the 94, in the movie Tremors, and most recently, the movie The Highwayman. The Winchester Model 94 has been in several video games also, including Call of Duty World War II, where it was referred to as a lever gun. My Model 94 was made in 1976, but the most collectible ones were made pre-1964. Due to changes in the manufacturing process after 1963 to cut costs, Winchester went away from machining the receivers and began using a sintered steel process for them, and stamped steel was used for the lifter, and they also started using hollow roll pins. Some of the other changes to the Model 94 include in 1982 they changed the ejection to an angled ejection to allow for use of an optic. Then in 1992, after being purchased by F.N. Hurstel, they switched to CNC machining the receivers, but they added the much-hated cross-bolt safety in an effort to make the gun internationally available. Now in 2003, the cross-bolt safety was switched out for a tang safety, which was slightly better. In 2006, the last U.S.-made Model 94s left the New Haven, Connecticut plant. In 2010, Japanese gun maker Moroku Corporation started making 94s again, along with some other models. The 94 is arguably one of the most popular deer rifles of all time. When chambered in a 30-30, it is perfect for white-tailed deer out to 100-150 yards. This Model 94 is probably my favorite rifle I own. It's special to me because growing up, my dad had one identical to this, and it was the gun I shot my first deer with, and I loved that gun growing up. Sadly, his house was broken into in later years, and that gun was stolen. Now, there are no shortage of Model 94s on the market, and depending on when it was made and the collectability of it, the price can be anywhere from the $500 range to $10,000 plus. Now enough with all the talking, let's head out to the range and shoot it a little. Alright, so we got the Model 94 out here on the range. We're back at about 60 yards. We're going to take a few shots with it, see if I can hit it, and excuse the wind noise if there is some. It's pretty windy today, so I'm going to do the best I can with that. But let's take some shots with it. Alright, we're going to see what the old 30-30 will do to some water bottles. for watching, and if you're new here and think I've earned it, consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and if you think someone else will, share it out. We'll see you next time.